Welcome to Fashionable Trash Talk. I'm your host, Ashley Aaliyah. Here I analyze and discuss the fashion of celebrities and anyone influential. On today's episode, I'll be discussing Serena Williams and how I would style her if she were my client. Today, I am doing a bit of the old format just because of scheduling conflicts. I didn't really have time to sit down and record myself discussing this, but I still wanted to get content out to you guys. So when it comes to Serena and her fashion, it has been such a journey. Now, I think the one thing that has to be addressed when it comes to Serena and the conversation of fashion and her image is that I am old enough to remember when people used to try to say she looked like a man, her body was too masculine, she was too muscular. I remember that. And now I feel like it's been a shift in narrative about a lot of the dialogue and commentary that was around Serena Williams, like people have amnesia. And the recurring theme for the past couple episodes has been about men who helped revamp or stir the narrative of women and their image and fashion. And I think for Serena Williams, I think a lot of people were talking a lot of trash that I couldn't get behind, but Drake played a huge factor in Serena kind of switching her image from being categorized as too masculine and too strong to men seeing her and women seeing her in a different light of it going from, oh, she got too many muscles to, oh, Serena body actually is T. Oh, she got a big butt. She's actually shapely. And despite the men she dated prior to Drake, none of them were really able to kind of stir that narrative about her. But once she dated Drake, a lot of that commentary kind of ceased and people started seeing her like as a woman and in her feminine energy, which they should have been doing. But, I think a lot of that is left out the conversation. That's why I really couldn't get behind a lot of the slander that was being done behind the Drake and Serena thing. And yeah, whatever happened between them privately, whatever. But I mean, the whole joke about, oh, Drake is a clown, X, Y, and Z, because again, a lot of people were not putting her in that baddie, smoking hot girl with a nice body category prior to that relationship. So I think once she got that stamp, I think Serena then tried to lean more into the fashion version of herself. Because everybody outside of the sports was finally seeing what she always seen herself as being an attractive woman. But I still feel like the fashion doesn't quite hit, even on red carpets. And I think one of her biggest blunders is always the Met Gala. That's just my personal opinion. So I do think that she could use a lot of work in the fashion department. But I think that's common for athletes. I spoke about that before, where I feel like a lot of athletes struggle in the fashion department. So she's not a one-off. Again, I think they focus so much on being amazing at their craft, as they should, that fashion often gets put to the wayside, which is totally understandable. Also, Serena there has been some facial enhancements that have been done that, a lot of people think she shouldn't have gotten done, and conversations about choice hair colors and stuff that she has now. So I would like to kind of divulge, get into those things as well. Because, we always go over the fashion, the hair, the makeup, and kind of give my roundabout opinion on which direction I think she should go in with her image. For fashion, I would put Kimberly, Elise on Serena Williams' mood board. I think she wore a lot of pieces that would be very flattering for Serena Williams' physique. Serena Williams has more of a mature style, so I wouldn't expect her to look like a 25-year-old Insta baddie, but I do think Kimberly Elise had a lot of pieces that worked for Serena's line of work and red carpets and events that she frequently has to attend. An additional person I would add is Wendy Raquel Robinson, to add like a little sex appeal to Serena's style. Again, we're not going to go completely risque like the Instagram girls do, but I think showing a bit of sex appeal in a more mature way, I think Wendy does a really great job of that. And I would love to see some of these pieces on Serena, because Serena also has an amazing body that I would love to see her show off more in certain type of ways, like in like that mature, grown and sexy type of fashion. I would love to see more of that on Serena. For hair, I want Malinda Williams to go on Serena Williams' mood board. I just want something new from her. I think a cute shortcut will look great on Serena at this age that she is now, with her being a mom and her career taking a new direction. I would love to see this on her. I have to be very honest. And then a couple of mix of like natural styles and things like that, different lengths. I would love to see that on her. I think Malinda has really cute hair that is not spoken about enough. Like, I think it's like a thickness and like fullness to it. And when it's styled, it's just like such a classic feel that doesn't look too mature. Like, it's mature enough, but it doesn't look old. And I think when we start speaking about shortcuts, we don't include Malinda in the conversation enough. But I think a lot of the looks that she's had with her hair will look so good on Serena, because I'm not that big of a fan of the blonde wig that she's doing now. And I'm not saying she can't do blonde, because even the shortcut with like some blonde highlights will look really cute on Serena. I just don't like the direction that her hair has gone in. It kind of gives like white woman a little bit, and I would love to see her in a different direction. For her makeup, and actually some fashion too, I would love to see Kenya Moore on Serena Williams' mood board. I think that they have similar complexions, and I think Kenya does a great job with her makeup. And I feel like the glam that we see on Serena, I feel like it's trying to go in this direction, but it kind of falls flat and it kind of makes her face a little one-dimensional. And again, back to the point I was just making, I feel like a lot of her glam is glam that's geared towards white women. And I think that often happens sometimes when Black women do get in marriages and relationships with white partners. A lot of our beauty standards become a little bit too whitewashed, not all the time, but in some cases. And I think that's partly what happened to Serena, because her style used to be very Black and kind of ethnic with her makeup and her hair. And I'm just not the biggest fan of the direction of that everything is going in. And I would love to see her kind of readjust, reset, and go back to the drawing board. And I'm not saying she can't have a beat face, but I think what I love about Kenya's makeup is how the tones are very warm and flattering to her features. And I feel like a lot of the makeup that Serena has kind of goes against her features instead of with it. And I think if Kenya was on her mood board for makeup, I think it would kind of land her in the spot that she's trying to go in with her glam. And also, like I said, some of the fashion as well for the less red carpet-esque type of looks. When she's looking for something a little bit more casual, I think Kenya has a lot of great looks too that is also mature and on brand for Serena's style. That concludes this episode of Fashionable Trash Talk. If you would like to book me for styling services, you can visit my website, www.ashleyaleah.com. Also, on my quest to monetize my channel, I am trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. I am currently at 923, and I need, I think, 4,000 public watch hours, and I think I have like 700. So if you guys can watch these videos, binge them, share them with a friend, subscribe, it will help me out a lot. I am trying to be able to monetize off of this channel by the summer. Also, you can shop with me on LTK. Any of my style boards are located on there. And you can visit my boutique, www.richbitchcollection.com. And you can follow me on any social media platforms at Ashley_Aleah. See you guys next episode.